Hey everyone, welcome to our next video on the list. In the previous video, we have discussed on accessing the list item. If you had not watched that video, you can go ahead and watch it, and then you can watch this video. So in this video, we will be discussing on the change list item. So like it's like when we say we want to change the list, the list in Python are mutable, meaning their items can be changed after the list is created. Modifying elements in the list is common task, and whether we are replacing an item at a specific index, updating multiple items at once, or even using the conditions to modify certain elements. So in this video, we will explore the different ways to change a list items with practical examples. So over here, the very easiest way. Let me just give the heading. Okay, change list item. Okay, so change list item. Okay, so this is our second topic altogether, and now we will be discussing. Okay, so to change the list item, we can easily change it using like the indexing. So using indexing, you know how to access the element. Let's say, for example, I will just take this as an example of a list, and I just want to change the item at index, let's say 1. Okay, so I just want to change the item at index 1. You know how to access the item. Okay, so if I want to access the item at index 1, this is the zeroth index and this is the first index, so we want to change the 20. Okay, so this is I had accessed and I just want to update it to 25. Okay, and we can just print a. Okay, so if I run this code, so you will see that this list is printed, but I had changed the item at index 1 to 25. Okay, so this is the easiest way to change the item in the list using indexing. Okay, so there are multiple other ways to do the same thing, or if we want to update multiple items, and also for that we can use some other ways. Uh, so now we will be discussing on those ways. So very first way we will discuss is using slicing for like multiple items. Okay, using slicing for multiple items, and then we will also discuss on the using least comprehension. Okay, and then we will also discuss on using like loop with enumerate. Okay, so I will explain this in detail, so don't worry on that. Okay, using map. Okay, so we will see examples for each of them. So very first is using slicing for like items. Okay, so this is like simple task. Okay, so the slicing, if you say, we had seen this in a previous video also. So slicing allows changing multiple item at once by specifying a range of indices. This method is useful for batch updates and has a time complexity of o of n, where n is the like the size of the slice. Okay, so I will take one example over here. Let's say this is the list, and I just want to replace items at indices 1 and 2. Okay, So I just want to replace 20 with 30 and 30 with 20. Okay, so at 1 and 2 we are replacing this. So how we will proceed for this? So let's say I just want to sorry. Okay, so I just want to replace 20 with some other item and the 30 with some other item. Then how we will do that? Okay, so using slicing. So what I will do, I will just take and array. Okay, okay, so over here the least I will do the slicing. So I want to update the first item, okay, till the and the second item. Okay, so as I mentioned in the earlier video, so if you want to update if you want to use the slicing, so in the left hand side you will mention the item you want to deal with, and on the right hand side you will mention the item plus one. Okay, so like here we want to update till the second item, so you will mention over here 3. So it doesn't include the third indices, but it will include till second indices. Okay, so in this way, so I want to just replace it with 21 and 31, let's say, for example, and I will just print it. Okay, print E. Okay, so this is again the easiest example. So here you can see the list has been updated, and we have updated the second and the third indices elements, or you can say items, with the new items. Okay, so in this way we can use this slicing for multiple items. So using slicing, it's one of the easiest way. And then there is a other way, that is using list comprehension. So that if you want to use the list comparison, it's like another simple way to update item in a list based on conditions. So here we iterate over a list and apply a condition or the transformation and construct a new list with the updated values. Okay, so I will again take one example. Okay, for example, this is the list we want to have, and let's say I just want to doubling even number. Okay, so I just want to double the even number. Okay, and if it's not the even number, then we don't want to double it. So over here you can see the 10, 20, and 25 are the even numbers, and this is 15, and I just want to retain that number as it is. Okay, so for that we can just go ahead and write a query, write a code, so using a list comprehension. So a equals to, okay, over here first of all we will pass the um, condition, like if element is even, then we will double it. Okay, so for that I will need to write a condition, so I will write it x equal multiplied by 2. Okay, and if when we want to perform this condition, if x percent 2 equals to 0, otherwise otherwise what I want to return, else for x in a. So over here what I did, okay, so else x for x in a. Okay, so over here what I did, I just checked on this, so this is what I want. Okay, but when if x percent 2 is equals to, if the number is even, then I want to double it. Otherwise like whatever number is there, I am just returning that number from the list. Okay, so this is what I am trying to do over here. So I will just print a. Okay, So we'll run this code, you will see. Okay, so over here we have just like multiplied the elements which are even, and doubled them. Okay, and those which are not are being skipped. I will just, for example, I will just add over here 3, which is not the even number, right? So it should not get double. I will rerun this and you will see. Okay, this is retained as it is. So this is kind of the simple code. And again um, we can change the list item using the next method, that is using a loop with enumerate. Okay, so I will explain this again with one example. Okay, so let's say if we want to modify elements in place of for loop with enumerate. It allows us to iterate through the list while keeping track of indices. Okay, so this is the list for the example. Okay, I will explain with example. Let's say I want to like adding 5 to odd number. Okay, so I just want to add the 5 to all the odd numbers. Okay, so how I will do this with the loop? So for that we can use the for loop. So for I, okay, so over here x in enumerate. I will explain it in detail. Let me just write the code first. Okay, so I just okay, enumerate. Okay, and then if percent 2 is now in the earlier example we were doing it doubling the even number. Now we are dealing with the odd number. So over here all you have to do is not equals to, so not equals to 0. Then what we will do, we will add that number with plus equals to 5. Okay, so what it will do, it will go at each of the list and list element, and check if it's even or not, and or odd. So if it's an odd, so then it will go ahead and add 5 in that number and return the list. Okay, so I will just do the print statement over here so that we can able to see like is it working or not. Okay, so over here you can see now all the even like this is the even 25, right? So 25 plus 5, that is 30. So 25 got updated. I will, for example, let's say if I add 5, okay, it should get 10. Okay, so in this way we can update. So like over here using a for loop with enumerate. So using the for loop with enumerate, we iterate through each index and value in the list for each element. So if the element is odd, that is x percent to not equals to 0, we add 5 to its value, that is a of I plus equals to 5. And after the loop completes the updated list, a becomes this like 10, 20, 30, 20, 30, and 10. Okay, so 15 also got updated over here, you can see, as it's an even. So in this way we can update the list using a loop with enumerate. Now we will discuss on the using map. Okay, so using map. Okay, so this is the last. Okay, so using map, how we will do it. So for that, the map function is can be used for functional style updates by applying a functional like function to each element. So we use map function to apply the function and convert the like result back to the list. Okay, so let's say for example, we want like okay, for example, if let's say in I just want to increment all numbers by 1. Okay, so if I want to use the map, then how I will perform it? Let's say this is the example I'm taking. Okay, so let's say this is the example I'm taking, and I just want to so for this, how I will go? So a equals to list, uh, then I'm using the map. Okay, and then lambda, okay, x plus 1 and a. Okay, so this is like okay, so print a. So what is happening over here? Map function is combined with the lambda function to increment each element in the list by 1, and then lambda x x plus 1 and a. It defines an anonymous function that adds 1 to its input, that is x. Okay, and map function applies this lambda to every element in the list a. So in this way it is performed. So yeah, so in this video, all we have discussed is like how we can change the list items. So the very first we discussed on how we can do it using indexing, and then we have discussed on how we can do it using slicing for like multiple items we have updated at two locations, and then we have discussed using list comprehension, so in which we had used this function to to double the even numbers. So yeah, and then we had discussed using a loop, so it's kind of passing the element through for loop, and then uh, taking it back to the list. Okay, and then we have discussed using the map function. So yeah, so now after this we will be discussing on how we can replace a list values. So how we can replace the list values. So in the next video we will discuss this. Thank you for bearing with me till the end of this video, and see you in the next video.